Regarding the first question, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, he wants to find another representation for the angle. Where is r is greater than 0? It means r is positive value. And the angle between 2 pi and 2 pi, it's 2 multiply 180, which is 360, and 4 pi, which is 720. So the angle should be between them. If you don't know how to solve this angle by using the pi, all what you have to do to change pi into 180. So 180 over 3 is equal to 60. So it's 1 and 60. I wanted to keep 1 the same. So all what I have to do is to add 360. So it's 1 and 420. Now, how I will change 420 into radian? All what I have to do is make 420 divided by 180. It gives me 7 over 3, and I put pi. So it's 1 over 7, 3 pi. So the right answer is B. Regarding question number 2, convert the polar equation to rectangular equation. And the given equation is theta. And we all know that theta, its tan is equal to 2 pi over 3. Its tan of theta is equal to 2 pi over what? 3. So I'm going to get the value of tan theta, which is tan of 2 pi over 3. By using my calculator, I will write it as 2 times 180 over 3. So the fraction, it's tan of 2 multiply 180 over 3, which is equal to negative root 3. And what is tan theta? Tan theta is equal y over x. So y over x is equal negative root 3. By using cross product, so y is equal negative root 3x. So the right answer is B. Regarding question number 3, it says r is equal 8 cosec of theta. So I can rewrite it as r is equal 8, and the reciprocal of cosec is sine. So sine theta. So 8 and change cosec into sine, because the cosec is the reciprocal of the sine. Cross product. So r sine theta is equal to 8. What is r sine theta? We all know that r sine theta is y. So y is equal to 8. So the right answer is D. So here the answer is B, but here the answer is D. Regarding question number 4, it says the graph of the polar coordinates. Select the graph of the polar equation. As we can see, there is a bold line that passes through the third circle. So r is equal to 3, and it's a very easy one. R is equal to 3. Since it's a circle and passes through the point 3, its r is equal to 3. Question number 5, it says which graph represented the equation, and as we can see clearly that this equation starts from 2. So the number outside the function is 2, and as we can see, but it's not r is equal to, because r is equal to is a circle passes through the coordinates 2 and 2, 0 and 2, negative 2 and 0, 0 and negative 2. And we can see that it started from here. Since it started from here, it's a cosine, so the answer is not sine. And it's a rows. Number of values here is 4, so we divide it by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So it should be 2 theta. So I am sure that the right answer is A. Number 6, match the point negative 3 and pi over 3. I will calculate it as 180 over 3. So it's negative 3 and 60 degrees. So ignore the negative right now. Go to the point first, 3 and 60. The point 3 and 60 is B, right? But since this value is negative, I reflected about the origin. So reflect the point 3 and 60 about the origin. It gives you what? It gives you the point D, so the right answer is D. Notice when the radius is negative, we reflect the point. Question number 7, another point, negative 3 and negative 60. From where I got 60, I just change pi to 180. Now, if you don't know how to solve this one, just add here 360 and keep the answer of negative 3. So negative 60 plus 360 is 300. Ignore the negative right now. Go first to the point 3 and 300. 3 and 300, it's supposed to be the point D. Okay, but we are going to reflect about the origin. So it gives you what? It gives you B. The polar coordinates of the point are given. Find the rectangular coordinates. Copy in your mind that the rectangular coordinates x and y. X is equal r cosine the angle and y is equal r sine the angle. R is negative 3, so it's negative 3. Cosine 3 pi over 4. If you are using degree, you should change pi to 180 over 4 by using your calculator. And r sine is negative 3 sine 3 pi over 4. So negative 3 multiply cosine fraction 3 times 180 because I'm working with degree on my calculator divided by 4, which is equal to 3 root 2 over 2. And y is negative 3 multiply sine fraction 3 multiply 180 over 4, which is negative 3 root 2 over 2. So the right answer is D. The right answer is D. Regarding question number 9, it's not a multiple choice questions. I'm going to write all the steps of working. Write a word or phrase. I'm going to find the rectangular coordinate of this point. So also x is equal r cosine the angle. So it's 5 multiplied by cosine 4 multiply 180 over 3 if I am using degree, and y is equal r sine the angle. So it's a 5 multiply sine, it's a negative 4 multiply 180 over 3. So for this one, the x's give me negative 5 over 2 by using my calculator, and for this one, it's a 5 root 3 over 2. So the coordinates is negative 5 over 2 and 5 root 3 over 2. For the second one, x is equal r cosine the angle. So it's a negative 5 multiplied by cosine 180 in negative, and y is equal r sine the angle. So it's a negative 5 multiply sine negative 180. For the first one, the answer is 5, and for the second one, the answer is 0. So the point as x and y is 5 and 0. Now find the rectangular coordinate of a point, find the polar. So the given here is x and y. So if I draw the x-axis and the y-axis for this point, I will notice that this point is -5 and 0. So this point is in the x-axis. If I start drawing angle, I will notice that this angle in the fifth. So r is equal 5 because it's in the fifth circle. And the angle here, if I move positive or negative, the angle here is 180. 180. So the angle is 180, which is equal to pi. So the right answer directly is 5 and pi. But if you are going to work with steps, you can say that r is equal x squared plus y squared, which is equal root of 5 squared plus 0 squared. Of course, it doesn't matter if I put it as negative because it gives me 5. And the value of theta is inverse tan of y over x, which is 0 over 5, and the inverse tan of 0 is equal to 180, which is equal to pi. So the angle is 5 and pi. This one was very easy. But what about this one? From this one, I know that x is equal negative root 3 and y is equal negative 1. So r is equal root of x squared plus y squared. So it's root of negative 1 squared plus negative root 3 squared, which is equal root of 1 plus 3, which is equal to 2. So the radius is equal to 2. To decide where is the angle is, I should plot the point. The point is negative root 3 and negative 1. So the point is in the third quadrant. Third what? Quadrant. So it's very important to understand that the angle here, the one I'm going to give it, this is root 3 and this is 1. Here is the angle. So I need to add 180 to the angle. So the angle is equal inverse tan of 1. I don't add any negative over root 3. And 1 over root 3 is 30 degrees. So the angle or required angle, we can call this one theta 1. And the required angle is 180 plus 30, which is 210. 210. So what is the angle? Is 210. If I want to change it into pi, it's 210 divided by 180. So it's equal to 110 divided by 180, 7 over 6 pi. So it's 2 and 7 over 6 pi. Mr. Sham, what if one of the students want to calculate the angle from this side? If you are going to start calculating this angle, this is the negative direction. So this angle is 30, so this angle is negative 150. So also this point can be written as 2 and negative 150. And negative 150 is negative 5 pi over 6. Negative 5 pi over 6. Regarding question number 13, it says the letter x and y represent the rectangular coordinates. Write the equation using the polar coordinates. You should note that x is equal r cosine theta and y is equal r sine theta for all the polar coordinates. So regarding these questions, I'm going to remove x and write r cosine theta to the power of 2. Multiply 4. What is y? R sine theta to the power of 2 is equal to 4. When I'm squaring here, I'm going to square the r, I'm going to square the cosine. So it's r squared cosine square theta plus 4 r squared and sine square theta is equal to 4. I have r squared and I have r squared. So I can take r squared as a highest common factor. So it's a cosine square theta plus 4 sine square theta is equal to what? Equal to 4. So as we can see that the right answer is B. The right answer is B. Why the right answer is not C? No, it's not B, because 4 here is in the cosine, so it's not B. Even teachers do mistakes, sorry for that. So the answer is, sorry, the answer is C. Regarding another questions, I'm going to form equation in polar and x square. As we said, x is equal r cosine the angle, and y is equal r sine the angle. So x square is r cosine theta all square plus r square r y square, sorry, minus 4 multiply r cosine theta is equal to 0. So this one is r square cosine square theta plus r square sine square theta minus 4r cosine theta. If you don't know, and I took r square as highest common factor, what you don't know that cosine square theta plus sine square theta, and after taking r square, the remainder here, guys, is sine square, and the remainder here is cosine square. So by taking r square outside, and this is minus 4 cosine theta is equal to 0, sine square plus cosine square is equal to 1. So the equation now is r square minus 4r cosine theta is equal to 0. 4r cosine theta. So I can take r again as a highest common factor. It's going to be r minus 4 cosine theta is equal to 0. So I have two equations. R is equal to 0, which is not acceptable, and r minus 4 cosine theta is equal to 0, and in this case r is equal 4 cosine the angle. So r is equal 4 cosine theta. R is equal 4 cosine. Regarding question number 15, and I think it's a very easy question, I wanted to change it from rectangular to polar equation. X square, which is r cosine theta all square, is equal 4, and y is equal r sine theta. So this one is r square cosine square theta is equal 4r sine theta. 4r sine theta. And as we can see, this is match the answer of B. But why it matched? Where is R? Mr. Hisham, this is R power 1. Oh, you can divide the left hand side by R and the right hand side by R. So it's R multiply cosine square theta is equal 4 sine theta. So don't forget that you can divide by r or taking r as a highest common factor, as r is a positive radius, not a negative one. Okay, now number 16, I think you got the idea. You are going to replace x with r cosine the angle and y with r sine the angle is equal to 3. R by r is r square, so it's 2r square cosine the angle multiply sine the angle is equal to what? Equal to 3. Equal to 3. So what the right answer here? The right answer here, some students may think that it's D, but as you can notice that R here is R power 1, so it's not D. Why? Because where is R square? And it's not B. For students who don't know the identity, that 2 multiply cosine multiply sine is equal to sine 2 theta. Sine 2 theta is equal to cosine theta sine theta. So I'm going to move cosine theta and 2 and sine theta. So the right answer will be r squared sine 2 theta is equal to 3, which is equal to C. So we have two identities. What are the two identities that we should be aware about before solving the polar and rectangular equation that sine square an angle plus cosine square the same angle is equal to 1 and 2 cosine angle sine angle is equal to 1. Write this equation in a polar form. And what is the equation? Y is equal x. What is y? Y is r sine theta. What is x? It's r cosine theta. By divided by r both left and right, and we consider that r is greater than 0 is a positive number, so sine theta is equal to cosine theta. Sine theta is equal to cosine theta. Regarding question number 18, it says the letters r and theta represent the polar coordinates, and I'm going to write the rectangular coordinates x and y. R is equal cosine theta. So to solve a question like number 18, when r is equal cosine theta, all what I have to do is to multiply by r left and right. So r by r is r squared, and r multiplied cosine is r cosine theta. What is r squared? R squared is x squared plus y squared. And what is r cosine theta? R cosine theta is equal to x. So the equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to what? Equal to x. So the right choice is C. Regarding question number 19, r is equal 10 sine theta. So I'm going to multiply both terms by r. So r squared is equal 10r sine theta. R squared is x squared plus y squared. R sine is y, so it's 10y. So the right answer is B. Regarding question number 18, it says the letters r and theta represent the polar coordinates, and I'm going to write the rectangular coordinates x and y. R is equal cosine theta. So to solve a question like number 18, when r is equal cosine theta, all what I have to do is to multiply by r left and right. So r by r is r squared, and r multiplied cosine is r cosine theta. What is r squared? R squared is x squared plus y squared. And what is r cosine theta? R cosine theta is equal to x. So the equation is x squared plus y squared is equal to what? Equal to x. So the right choice is C. Regarding question number 19, r is equal 10 sine theta. So I'm going to multiply both terms by r. So r squared is equal 10r sine theta. R squared is x squared plus y squared. R sine is y, so it's 10y. So the right answer is B. Regarding question number 20, I need to write or rewrite this equation number 20 in the form of x and y rectangular form. So by squaring both sides, so r squared is equal 5 squared. What is r squared? R squared is x squared plus y squared, so x squared plus y squared is equal to 25. Regarding question number 21, first I will use cross product. So r multiply 1 plus cosine theta is equal to 5. Expanded, so r plus r cosine theta is equal to 5. What is r cosine theta? R cosine theta is x. So r plus x is equal to what? To 5. What about moving x to the other side? So r is equal 5 minus what? 5 minus x. Now I should square. Why I should square? So I can get r square. So by squaring both sides, so r square is equal 5 minus x all square. What is r square? It's x square plus y square is equal 5 minus x all square. If you wanted to proceed working and do more steps of simplify, you can square this bracket to the power of 2, give me first square, first by second by 2, plus the second square, move x squared to the other side will be vanished, so y squared is equal to 25 minus 10x in simplest form. Question 22, how I can change this graph into polar equation, We should know that I have a circle and the diameter of this circle is -2. The whole diameter of this circle is of length 2 to the left. We have 4 cases, 1, 2, 3, and 4. First case, a circle drawing up or a circle drawing down, circle to the right or circle to the left. If it's drawing up, the coefficient of the sine of the angle is positive. If it's drawing down, the coefficient of the sine is negative. Drawing to the right, it's cosine positive. Drawing to the left, it's negative cosine the angle. So I am sure that it's not sine. And r is equal -1 is a circle that its radius is 1, by the way. So r is equal -2 cosine. Negative because it's drawing to the left. 2 is the length of the diameter. In question 23, as we can see, I have a circle. I mean, let's say it's not a perfect circle, but it's not touching the x-axis or the y-axis. Okay, it passes through them. But as we can see clearly that this circle is drawing and its diameter here is equal approximately 4. But the positive value to the right here is 3 and the negative value here is 1. If the circle is measured about the x-axis, look here, you can notice that this is not a diameter. The diameter is this one. So since the diameter is on the x-axis, this circle is x cosine. It's not sine. It's what? It's cosine. So the angle is not sine. Because for sine, by the way, it's a circle that its diameter is 4. For cosine, it's a circle, its diameter. And this one is a circle that this distance is equal to what? Equal to 3. 1 coefficient of x plus 2. So the right answer is D. Again, why? Because the whole circle, its diameter is here. This number is 2, and this number coefficient is 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. So the right answer is D, 2 plus cosine theta.